places to go. Castles and candy houses, heaven, blind little mouses, many places to go.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, bears eating lots of honey.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Come and read with me, many places to go. So come and grab a seat and read a story time with me.
A world made by your imagination. Flying carpets and 100 Dalmatians.
No, wait, that's wrong. There's actually 101 Dalmatians.
A world made by your imagination.
Hi kids, it's Rachel, and today we are reading the book, The Sheep That No One Could Find. Let's get started. There was once a good shepherd who tended his sheep in a field by the mountain, high, green, and steep. The sheep would go gazing right down to the sea. They always were happy and always were free. As long as they followed the shepherd they knew, nothing could harm them or frighten them too. But one of the sheep decided one day the words of the shepherd were too hard to obey. Instead, he decided to do things his way. He decided to run far away. So he snuck off alone as far as he could, over a river and into a wood. At last, said the sheep as he stood near a tree, I won't have to follow the shepherd and be like all the others. I'll be free. So into the valley the little sheep crossed and wandered all day until he was lost. Lost and confused, he wasn't aware. A hungry old wolf had spotted him there. The wolf licked his lips and drooled at the sight. He had an idea and said with delight, I think I'll have lamb chops for dinner tonight. But in order to take the sheep by surprise, the wolf had to use a most clever disguise. He put on a sheep suit and a mask on his head, then waved to the sheep and cheerfully said, How about having some dinner with me? I live over there. Would you like to come see? The sheep, who felt lonely, said in reply, I'd love to have dinner, just you and I. But when they arrived at the hungry wolf's lair, there wasn't a trace of food anywhere. The wolf grinned and said, There is no mistake. You see, silly sheep, I'm just a big fake. Now come over here, don't try to go back. You are my dinner, my tasty sheep snack. The little sheep screamed and dived underneath the wolf's snapping jaw and razor-sharp teeth. He raced through the forest, past buzzards and bees. The wolf chased behind, but got lost in the trees. Up into the mountain, the frightened sheep flew. He had no idea just what he would do. But all of a sudden, he came to a stop the moment he got to the high mountain top. For blocking his path, the little sheep saw a huge, angry lion who started to roar. The lion was mean and prideful and bad. He prowled around the country and always was mad. In order to show off his strength and his might, he tried to devour all the sheep in his sight. With fury he growled, How dare you come here? This is my mountain, isn't that clear? Then, making a lunge with his powerful paws, he sliced in the air with his long, dreading claws. The sheep backed away on the mountain's flat top, but couldn't go further, or down he would flop. So he leaped on the lion and slid down his tail. He landed behind him and ran down the trail. For far in the distance he saw a tall tree. Finally, he said, a safe place for me. He climbed up the tree and, taking a chance, he crawled into the end of a thin, leafy branch. At last, breathed the sheep, I'll take a short rest. And just like a bird, I'll hide in a nest. But the sheep felt so sad. I want to go home. I'm tired of being so scared and alone. I miss the Good Shepherd. I'd rather be following him than stuck up in this tree. But just at that moment, from out of nowhere, a slithering snake hung down in the air. The snake was a liar, an evil one too. The words that he spoke were always untrue. He said to the sheep, your shepherd is cruel. He'll never forgive you. Stop being a fool. His tongue darted out. He started to hiss. Come here, little lamb. Let me give you a kiss. Come here, he repeated. Come here, pretty please. I'll wrap all around you and give you a squeeze. The sheep wiggled out. He barely got free. He jumped to the ground and started to flee. The snake was behind. The little sheep knew. The wolf and the lion were chasing him too. But then he got tired and wanted to quit. He suddenly fell in a dark open pit. The sheep couldn't see the pit was so black. Above him the beasts were set to attack. Oh, what can I do? The little sheep sighed. I'm trapped and alone and just want to cry. I've been so confused, so wrong and so blind. My shepherd was caring and loving and kind. I should never have left. It was all a mistake. I'm tired of wolves and lions and snakes. But then the shepherd heard the most wonderful sound. It came from above, from up on the ground. The shepherd was back. The shepherd was here. The shepherd was calling his name loud and clear. He had left all his flock for the one sheep who was lost, to rescue and save him no matter the cost. He pounced the huge lion. He crushed the slay snake. He flung the old wolf by his tail in a lake. Then he pulled the sheep out from down in the pit, and on his strong shoulders he made the sheep sit. He carried him back with a smile so bright to the field by the mountain. What a beautiful sight! The sheep were all glad to see their small friend. He promised to never leave them again. To the shepherd he said, I'm sorry I strayed. Forgive me for all the mistakes that I made. All is forgiven, the shepherd replied, and the sheep could detect tears of joy in his eyes. My heart is so happy, my love is so deep. Welcome back to your family. Welcome home, my lost sheep. All right, thank you for reading this with us today, and I really hope to see you next time. Bye.
Hello kids, I'm here again. As you know, I'm Amanda, and today I'm introducing you to this lovely lamp craft. So let's check how we are gonna make it, and let's check out what we needed to do it as well, okay? So how lovely is it? First of all, we need a scissor, then as always, nice glue, a black marker, and please check with your parents and if you have cotton at home. So yeah, I think you're gonna have it, so just check with them. And in case you have it, you can use these plastic eyes, these gluey eyes, but if you don't have it, we can just draw it. And the last material is just paper, so I think you're gonna be able to make this craft. You're gonna have it all at home, okay? So let's check the video and see you later.